Eight-bit baseball is on. Today's game is between the Comet Fireballs and the Deep Dungeons. The teams have taken the field. We're ready for the first pitch. Deep Dungeons batting first. Neil to lead off. Dinn pitching for the Comet Fireballs. Pitch inside, over the plate, out to the shortstop, who throws it for the first out. That was Lacell to Baker for the out. Layden, the right fielder, now up for Deep Dungeons. He hits it down the first base line. The first baseman stretches out, makes the catch for the second out. Baker, very athletic there. And now Henry up, the first baseman. First pitch outside for a ball. Dinn winds up. And a pitch over the plate, which he takes an attempt at, but that's not going to get past the second baseman Pryor. So we are 1-2-3, and the top half of the inning is over. Comet Fireballs now up. Traver, the left fielder. Lacell, the pitcher for Deep Dungeons, opening day. Side armor delivers that one inside, but that's just going to bounce to the third baseman. He's not going to be able to make the throw in time, so Traver gets to first base on a little slow roller to third, which brings up Pryor. Pryor now pops up, and it looks like Ramses will settle under that one for the first out. And no advancement there, one down. Church, the center fielder, is up to bat. And the first pitch is outside, 88 miles an hour, a ball. Count 1-0. And the second pitch does hit the edge of the strike zone there, so 1-1 the count. And Church bats at that one. That's going to go into center field, but House settles under it. No problems there. Runner does not advance. Now 2 down. To Miller, the cleanup hitter. Lacell managing the base runner so far, but Lacell hits that one hard. That's into the deep outfield. The ballpark won't contain that one today, and we have a home run in the first inning. 2-0. All right, so Baker, the fifth hole hitter up, and he's going to squeeze one right by the third baseman and shortstop. That's another single. The inning stays going. Vittel, the shortstop, up now with a base runner. 2 down. And he hits that one down the third baseline, but Ramsey's able to shift over, makes the throw to Starr for the third out. All right, so now to the Deep Dungeon side of the second. And House, the cleanup hitter, to lead off this inning. Dinn on the hill, and he gets a nice hit there, but down the line, the first baseman slides over, makes the catch. 1 down. And Starr, the second baseman, now up. And that pitch is outside, 89 miles an hour, a ball. Dinn winds up. And the pitch there is over the strike zone, and he's able to get a bat on that one and squeeze it through the shortstop and second baseman in the outfield for a single. So a base runner now for the Deep Dungeons. Ramsey's up, the third baseman. He pops up on the infield. Shortstop Jesse is over. He's under it. Looks like he will have that one, yes. So now 2 down. Runner still at first for the catcher Rubio. Rubio takes a swing at that. It goes to the second baseman, who's able to toss it over to Jesse, the shortstop, covering for the third out. The full capacity today. It's good to see the support and the fans. Lacell on the hill for the Deep Dungeons, and that pitch is hit down the line of the first baseman, who's able to nab it and step on the bag for the first out. Toomer now, the catcher. And that one's inside, backs him up quite a bit, a ball there. Count 1-0. Lacell delivers, and that one is an inside pitch, but he takes a swipe at it. It's headed into the outfield. House moves forward and is under it. So there we are for the second out. And now the pitcher Dinn. He will be up, and it takes a swing at the first one. Going to knock that one foul. 0-1 the count. Lacell winds and delivers, and that's another inside pitch in on the hands. He didn't get a lot on that one, but it's going to drop. It's going to drop in front of Neil, the left fielder, for a hit. So Dinn keeping the cause alive here. gets a hit, brings the order back around. Trevor gets a lot of bat on that one. It is headed into the outfield. Layden is there. He's able to get it just a few feet in front of the warning track. So allowed out there, and the inning is over. Back to the deep dungeons now in the third inning. Jesse, the shortstop, is up. He swings at that one foul. 0-1 the count. Dinn delivers, and that one's outside, 89. So 1-1, evening the count. Jesse hanging in there, and the pitch. All right, and he's going to swing at that one. That's down the third baseline. The third baseman, Keenan, is able to glove it and throws him out at first. So now Lacell, the 9-hole hitter, and the pitcher. And he will be facing his opposite number. Just a little slow roller there. Can the shortstop get to it in time? He does. Is the throw in time? And it is. So there we are. A little bit difficult play, but Vittel comes through. So back to the top of the order with 2 down. Neal, the left fielder. And the pitch there's outside. He swings at that and swings through it. So we've got strike 1, 0-1 the count. And the second pitch right over the plate. So 0-2 now. Neal behind on the count. Dinn winds up and pitches inside. A beautiful slider that it fools Neal, and he swings through it. We've got strike 3, and we've got out number 3. Pryor. And he's got a little bit of bat underneath that one to begin the inning. That's going to be a hit. That's going to be a double all the way into the outfield. That one hit the wall. So we've got a stand-up double here in the bottom of the third. Pryor hit that one well. First pitch to Church was a strike, so 0-1 there. And then he moves back inside for a ball. 1-1 the count to Church. He's got a runner at second, nobody down. And he gets a bat on that one. That one's going to get through the gap there between the first and second baseman. And Layden is not able to make the throw in time. So we've got runners at the corners. Nobody down for Miller, who had a home run earlier. And he's going to get, the second baseman slid over Starr, and he made that catch well. The runner advances, but we do have 1 down. Wow. All right, and so Baker, the first baseman, up with runners at second and third, just 1 down. One well-placed hit here could knock at least 1 runner home, if not 2. Count 2-1. And he gets under that one, popped him up. It looks like the third baseman, Ramses, he's under it, he eyes it. So there we are, out number 2. Vittel, the shortstop. Let's see if he can get anything going here. And he swings at that one. That's going to be out into left field. Neal is running hard, but he's able to grab it. So the offensive charge is stopped, and the inning is over. And here we are in the fourth. Leyden, now the right fielder, leading off. Dinn still pitching for the Comet Fireballs. And he hits that one out to the second baseman, who tosses it to first for the easy out. Some Little League Baseball play there, making it easy. Henry now the first base. Oh, and he takes the hit. Of course, he's just pixels, so we will not have to check for any injuries there. House now the center fielder up. And he hits it back to the pitcher, and this one could be a double play. It isn't, but he does get the lead runner out. So Starr now, the second baseman up. And he swings it. This is in foul territory, but it looks like Keenan's going to have a chance at it. He's sliding over, he's under it, and there we are. Makes the catch in foul territory for the out. That ends the inning. So back to the Comet Fireballs. Keenan, the third baseman, now up. And he swings at a pitch on the outside. Jesse, the shortstop, charges forward, makes the throw to the first baseman, Henry, for the first out. So Toomer, the catcher, the Comet Fireballs, is now up to bat. Lacell has gone the distance, given up just the 2 runs on the home run. Otherwise, has been able to keep the Comet Fireballs in check. Falling behind on the count here, 2 balls, no strikes. And now 3 balls and no strikes to Toomer. Lacell winds up the pitch, and he is able to get a strike on a low slider there, so 3-1 the count. And another strike on the plate, so we've moved it back to a full count. 3-2 now the count to Toomer, and he was well outside the zone there, so he walks him. That keeps the inning going there. The catcher walks. The pitcher now up to bat. Hits that weakly. That could be a double play, and it's not, but the lead runner is out, though, and we've got now 2 down to Traver, who's back at the top of the order. Takes a first pitch strike. Let's Let's see what is in store. And the second pitch, that's a beautiful curve there. Fools him well, so nothing in 2. And then he strikes him out with a third pitch. Wow. So that ends that with a strikeout. All right, and so we are back to the Deep Dungeons batting. Ramsey, the third baseman. He hits that one down the line, past the third baseman, past the left fielder, and he's going to be in for a single. Well, what a way to start the inning there for the third baseman. And we've got a pinch hitter now. Nat coming in for Deep Dungeons. And all right, Nat, he slips that one by there and gets a hit. The pinch hitter managed to hit in the... And we've got another pinch hitter. That's some interesting offensive substitutions here. Scott now in for Jesse, the 8-hole hitter. All right, and 2 strikes quickly on Scott. Nothing in 2, no outs. And that one's inside now, so the count 1 and 2. Scott. And the pitch there, that's a strikeout. Lacell manages to get the strikeout. And another pinch hitter. Pinch hitter, this time for the pitcher. So we'll see a pitching change next inning. Marcos in. And Dinn is able to get him swinging on the first pitch there, so a strike. And then, he hits them, comes back inside and hits him. So we've got the bases loaded, 1 down. Neil, the leadoff batter, up, and he hits that one well. It's going to be right off the wall. And Neil gets a single RBI, and the bases are still jacked. Ooh. 1 down. Laden up, the right fielder. Dinn on the mound. Quite a bit of pressure here. Now he does pop that one up. That looks like Baker moves out. The first baseman, Baker's going to have that one. Okay, so we're a little bit closer to the end of this one. And it looks like now we're going to get some pitching relief. Yes, Summer in now for Deep Dungeons. And, I'm sorry, for Comet Fireballs. And he's going to be able to pop him out to Miller. Well, that ends the threat there. They're able to keep the lead. And now the Comet Fireballs are back to bat. Wow. Excellent. And a new pitcher coming in after the pinch hit last inning. Oh, and we're going to see some more substitutions. We're going to see a defensive substitution for Nat. Okay. And so Pryor now, the second baseman up to bat for the Comet Fireballs. And he hits that one down to Jesse, the shortstop, who throws him out at first. Okay. That brings up Church, center fielder. Yoshi on the mound. And that one's going to sneak past the second baseman who was charging over to try to make that play. Not able to do so, but that's going to lead to a double. And yeah, that's a double. Incredible play. Well slapped. All right, so that brings up Miller. And Miller hits that one back to the pitcher, who covers the runner on second and is not able to get it back in time to first. So no outs. And Baker up to bat. And he pops him up on that one. It looks like Ramsey's is moving out. Ramsey's going to make the third baseman makes that catch. All right, so 2 down now. Lacell, the shortstop, up to bat. Inside pitch, ball, 88 miles an hour. 1 ball, no strikes is the count. Yoshi pitching for Deep Dungeons. There's a pitch over the strike zone, 97 miles an hour. The count now 1-1. And he gets some bat on that one, but it's to the second baseman who's able to toss to the shortstop covering, and so we have finished out that inning. On to the 6th for the Deep Dungeons, trying to take the lead. Pop up there, and it looks like Baker, the first baseman, makes that catch. So Starr up to bat now for Deep Dungeons, the second baseman. He hits that one very slowly to the third baseman. Let's see if he can leg that out. He cannot. So Keenan makes the throw over to Baker for the second out. And now Ramsey's, the third baseman, up. Takes the first pitch ball. That one's inside. Quite a bit of curve on that pitch. Summer. And he pitches another one inside. So we've got 2 balls, no strikes. Winds up here, and a third pitch now inside. So he's fallen well behind. Summer is well behind on the count, 3-0, and he just walks him on 4 straight pitches. So Moreno, the catcher, now comes up to bat, and that pitch is inside, but he swings at it foul. So we've got no balls and 1 strike. That one's inside, but he pops him up, and I see Toomer, the catcher, is over, and he settles under that one for an out. All right, so there we are. Comet Fireballs now come up with a chance to extend their lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Keenan batting, third baseman, and Yoshi is still pitching for Deep Dungeons. And there's a hit. Is it going to drop between the outfielders? It will. The Leiden and House were both charging over, and neither was able to make the play on the ball. It drops right between them, so we've got a base runner now at first. And the pop-up by the catcher here, Jesse, the shortstop, has it, so we've got one out quickly after that single. The pitcher, Summer, is up to bat with a runner at first, and he pops out. The second baseman was able to grab that one, Star. He pops out to Star. So 2 down, and Traver now. He hits that one down the line. The third baseman charges in, though, and he's able to make the catch, and he's able to throw out the runner at second. So that one ends quickly. And they're singing Sweet Caroline. All right. And now Scott, the shortstop, up to bat. He takes a pitch inside, backs him up quite a bit. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. And another pitch inside. Summers so far been using this technique to keep batters back, but so far it has resulted in just a lot of balls and even a walk. So 3 balls and no strikes now. And there's a pitch across the zone, but he takes a slap at that, and it gets past the third baseman. I see Travers out there. It's going to be a double. So he waited patiently on that and was able to get a pitch he liked and hit that one well. And Yoshi now up to bat. It's a little roller there. It's not going to go far, and the first baseman is able to run out and grab the bag. However, it does advance the runner, so kind of a swinging bunt in that case. And Neil is up, 1 down, runner at third. And he hits that one hard. That's well into the outfield. Traver's going back. Is he going to be able to get under it? He is, right at the warning track, but that is going to... Oh, and there's some confusion on the base running, and he was off the bag, and so he's also able to make the second out. Well, albeit... Some very poor base running there results in a second out with a base runner that could have potentially tied the ball game. All right, and that's a pop-up there for the first pitch and a first out. The catcher running out, Rubio, to make that catch. So Church now up to bat. Yoshi still pitching for the Deep Dungeons. That one's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. And there's some action there. He hits that one, but it's down the line and foul. So 1 and 2. Church, third batter in the order. Takes another pitch inside. So 2 and 1. 2 and 1 to Church. Yoshi winds up. And that one's over the strike zone. And he hits it, but rather weakly. And Star, the second baseman, makes an easy toss to his first baseman for the second out. Miller now. And Miller hits it up the middle. That's going to get past the diving shortstop for a single. So Miller on base with 2 down. Baker up, the first baseman. Runner at first. Pitch is over the strike zone. He swings at it, and that is going to drop in front of the center fielder House. And so we've now got 2 base runners with 2 outs. And we've got a timeout. Deep Dungeons are going to the bullpen. Looks like we're going to see a new pitcher, Grant. Grant takes over for the Deep Dungeons, and he immediately induces an infield pop-up that should end the inning. And he does. All right, so on to the 8th. Deep Dungeons now batting. All right, Layden, the right fielder, is going to lead this one off. Summer still on the hill. Got a beautiful slider in the dirt there that fooled Layden. Swing right over it. Strike 1. And a second strike outside. On the outside edge of the plate there, so nothing in 2. And then a pitch over the middle that he hits rather weakly to Pryor, who tosses over to Breaker for the first out. And now Henry is up to bat. And he hits that one. That's in foul territory. Let's see if Baker is able to make a play on it. He's moving over and he's under it. It looks like, yep, Baker's going to make the out in foul territory. All right, so 2 down now in the 8th. House, the cleanup batter, is up. The pitch is inside, but the first baseman is in position. It's hit hard, but Baker makes the catch. And moves over and tags the bag for the third out. So now we are into the bottom of the 8th. Keenan up. And he hits that one. It's going to get past the first baseman. It's going to get into right field. Layden chasing it down. Going to be a double to lead off the inning. Wow. So no outs. Runner at second. Grant pitching for Deep Dungeons. Toomer the catcher up to bat. And 2 balls outside the zone quickly. So 2-0 the count. And he gets that one, a nice pitch inside right on the corner. So 2-1 the count. And another pitch sweeping across the strike zone. So 2-2 is the count. And he swings at that one. That's going to get into... Oh, it drops right in front of the left fielder, Neal. So we've got now runners at first and second. Nobody down. The pitcher, Summer, up. He hits that one down the line weakly to the first baseman. Oh, he's going to get a rundown. And, oh, wow, very close to a third out. But 2 outs quickly, a double play there. Was able to chase down the runner after making the fielding out. And a big hit here. And Neal is going back. That is out of the park. Wow. Home run. Well, that makes it 4-1 on the homer. Pryor up to bat. And a lot of movement on that pitch. Inside for a ball. 1-0 the count. A lot of movement on that one as well. 2-0 now the count. Pryor. And another ball does not find the zone. So Grant is behind on the count, 3-0. And he does finally get a strike there. So 3-1. And he walks him. That's the 4th ball. Wasn't able to find the zone. So another base runner here. He's moving quickly. Bats down the line, but it is foul. Grant pitches. And we're an attempt to steal a base. Oh, he did not make it. Caught stealing for the 3rd out. A valiant effort, but not enough. All right, so that brings up the Deep Dungeons. Star. And he's going to hit that one quickly to the pitcher, who just tosses it over to first base for the out. Ramsey's now the 3rd baseman. 2 outs left to work with if they want to pull it back. Ramsey's. Oh, he took a hit by pitch there. That's going to be scored just like a walk in 8-bit baseball. And we are going to see an out there on the lead runner. The 3rd baseman got to that one quickly. Slow roller. So now we're down to the last out for the Deep Dungeon. Scott, the shortstop, up. And he hits that one. It's going to get between. Wow, it got between the 3rd baseman and shortstop. So still alive here. Runners at first and second, with the pitcher Grant up to bat. Didn't see a pinch hitter there. And he pops him up. Jesse's under it. And that should be all. Looky there. Comet Fireballs taking the win at home on opening day. Summer gets the win and Lacell is charged with the loss. And we saw those 2 great home runs by Miller and Traver.